Hello and welcome to digitalSyn Gaming. I am Syntosis and this is episode 12 of The New Frontier. So, when we left the last episode, we had done a little bit of auto crafting. We'd also left our little intrepid, townsfolk to try and get on with what they were doing and build a little town. So, let's go see how they got on. That looks promising. So, we have a load of villagers, as you can see, who are all going to need places to live and also jobs. However, we have our builder. The builder's hut is now complete. The town hall is also complete. I would make a living out of mine colonies. Yes. Right, fair enough. We have... Look at this. Sawmill! And he's getting wood for us. That's cool. We have a mine, and if we go and have a look in the inventory, he's getting cobblestone. He's a bit rubbish. But he is digging, bless him. Well, he was digging, bless him. So, yeah, we'll just let him get on with it. It is getting night, so he's probably given up for the day. This little builder dude is now building a... I can't remember what this one is. What's this one? This one is a house, I think? Is it a house? Let's have a look. It is a house, yes. So, yay, citizen's hut. Okay, that's kind of cool. So that's going to be for a citizen to live in. I'm guessing it's 2 stories, not entirely sure. However, we also have, over here, a warehouse. So, for them to put all their stuff, I guess, I take it? I don't know. I'm just building all the things that are available. Kind of cool. Okay, so they are all going back to the hut because it's getting dark. And that's where they're safest, bless them. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty cool. Okay, so when they scream and run out of resources, then we'll run over there and fix them. However, at the moment, yeah, I think we can leave them be. Okay, so we'll go back to the base. Well, let's go check out our little farm. And we got a chicken egg. Where's that chicken gone? I don't know. There's an egg. Right, so we've got our canola farm, which is doing really well. That will get planted in a moment once it reaches this level. We also have our Inferium seeds, which have managed to replicate. We started off with 3. We now have 7. Not a great deal of change, but a hell of a lot better than nothing. So we're good. If we go into the base, this room and the one above still have not been completed because I don't have a lot of subscribers or people that watch the channel. So, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of people that tell me what I should do with those rooms. And until that happens, they can, well, bloody well stay the way they are. We have automation, basic automation for the patterns and for the quartz. I have a hell of a lot of stuff in my inventory from these builders. Let's just get rid of some of this, actually. Get rid of that, and that, and that, and that. Okay, so this thing, I got a rust blade from a mob I killed, so we'll get rid of that as well. What else have we got in here? We've got nothing in there, so let's have a look at our backpack. We've got a ton of stuff in our backpack because that's where we shove it all. And let's then pick that up. We should be in a position where we're back to where we were. Okay, so our storage is still pretty decent. We got a ton of storage. We've also got these 2 solderers here, so that's not too bad. What we do need to do this episode is automate just a little bit more. Because obviously what we've done is we've started the automation process with the crafter. However, there are a lot of machines down here that could do with crafting. And also a lot of things that could actually do with being automated and stopped once they reach a certain level. So, yeah, we got a ton of canola, a ton of resources, and a ton of fuel. So, halting the production of that until it gets to a certain level would be very, very good. This thing as well should be automated, really. I mean, it's kind of cool that it does that, but Yeah, really, it should be automated. And we should be pulling the stuff out of here. We should put it in there and pull it out. The cobblestone generator, obviously, we won't automate. We don't want that much cobble. However, the Prudentian furnace, we could probably upgrade to a decent level at some point and actually get a really, really quick smelting method. We have a few more pets, as I think I showed you the last time. We got 4 pets now. So we've got the creeper that blows shit up. We've got a super speed boost cheetah. We have a squid who does underwater vision and swim boosts, and we also do a hang on the wall, jump and climb spider. So I can actually walk up walls when I have this thing in my inventory, which is kind of cool. Actually, it's not kind of cool, it's very cool. So yeah, we've got our little pets. Now, I didn't realize that these were in the pack. I've never seen them before. I think they are absolutely awesome. So yeah, that's cool. We've got a load of stuff still in these barrels. However, at the moment, I don't really want to get rid of them, and I don't really want to chuck everything into the system until we've got a decent way of automating some of this stuff. I just think it'll be a really, really good thing to actually get some more of this stuff automated and actually be able to produce whatever we need to at one point. So, without further ado, or further bollocks, we are going to start with, I think we're going to place this down to start with, and we're going to give it, where are we going to put it? We're going to put it there for the moment. We're going to put that down, that down there, so that we can get to that. And this thing is going to be turned around so that it can see the back of this block. So it's pointing here. You can see this. It's pointing into the back of that block. Okay? Now, the reason that we do that is because these things push items into the block where this is the output from the system, but pushed towards the input of whatever block you're going to automate. Now, that's kind of cool because it means that you can actually put it on top, underneath, however you need it to be, just by orientating it differently. Now, you can use a wrench to reorientate these guys. Using a wrench will actually, or a laser wrench, or any kind of wrench. I think most wrenches do work. You can actually flip them around and point them to a different direction. So if you can't put it down properly, you can just rotate it. It's not a problem. Okay, so this thing here works like it is a normal crafter. Works like it is a normal crafter. However, the patterns here will not work because remember we've got this grid pattern with the all dictionary ticks and that kind of stuff. So we got these type of patterns. Now there's 2 types of patterns. So we need another pattern encoder. So we need the one that basically says that it's this load of crap makes this load of crap. So we do a crafting table, which is kind of weird that works. I always thought that was a crafting table, but hey ho. Not really that worried. We need a furnace. Oh look, I've only just made a furnace. I don't think that's right. We need a machine casing. I don't know if we've got one. No, we don't. So let's make a machine casing. We can't. However, we do know how to craft quartz. Look at that. Quartz enriched iron. Love it. Right, so that's that. So we'll go back to our pattern encoder, and we will hit that button and we'll do that. Perfect. Now you can see how this stuff, automation, really does help. I mean, we would have had to find the iron, we'd have had to find the quartz. Yes, all right, that was a very simple recipe. But take, for instance, you want something to boost something like a machine or an autocrafter or a crafter. You can actually get those to be crafted. I mean, that's pretty cool. So, without this, we are going to put this one, I don't know, here? Just on the side here. Perfect. Okay, so we need a couple of patterns. We're going to take 2 patterns for the time being, and we're going to put that up there. We're going to put those in there. Okay, so now the pattern that we did before is really, really simple. It's one of the most basic patterns there is. Redstone, glass, quartz. Okay, quartz enriched iron, sorry. Very, very simple, very, very easy. However, when you are making something which is a little bit more complicated, so we'll take the crafter because we know that that is quite complicated. We do the quartz enriched iron, which is very, very simple. We can also do the machine casing because it's a very simple crafting recipe. Simple. However, these are a different story. These require a specific set of patterns to be put in to the solderer in a specific order, but there's only one place that it will fit, and you need an amount of them to do this stuff. There's no simple crafting grid. It has to be put in kind of a block. It's an input and an output system. So with this, our basic processor requires iron, and it will turn into a printed basic processor. So what we need to do is we need to see if we've got a printed basic processor in the system. We haven't. Okay? We do, however, have iron. So what we will do is we'll take one iron, we will click on our processing pattern encoder, and we will put in the first slot one iron. Okay? We will then go over to our solderer, we will shove our iron in there and get our return of a printed basic processor. We will then put that into the output, because one iron makes one printed basic processor, and encode that pattern. Now, when we put this pattern into our crafter, what we should see is a printed basic processor is available. Say we know that we need 4 of these guys. We're going to hit start. There is 4 iron available to craft. We hit the start button. Now if we have a look, 4 iron have been placed in. 4 printed basic processors have actually been completed. Well, they will have been completed by the time I finish talking. Now, we've got a slight problem in the fact that we need to export or import that into the system. We need to export it from the solderer, and we need to import it into the refined system. So what we need to do for that is we need an import. An importer from refined storage. Now that requires an improved processor, which we know is gold, and a destruction core, which is a basic processor and nether quartz. Okay. We also need some cables, which is quartz enriched iron, some glass, and some redstone, which I've already got, which I'm not going to make. I don't really need to make those right now, but that's the pattern for them. Now with this, we need a processor, which is the printed basic processor, which is the iron, a little one redstone, and also the printed silicon. Now I know that that is what we need, so I'm going to clear this recipe. I'm going to click on here, click on here, click on that one, and click on the plus, and you see that it does not edit in, which means we can't do what we would normally do, which is right click, shift to right click, and get our stuff out. So our printed processors are going to stay where they are until we can actually do those recipes. Now I know that one silicon gets converted. Oh, hang on a moment. I came back out and they were, so it must put it into the thing. Well, I stand corrected. It does put it in. So I've encoded that now. Perfect. So what I can do is actually put that one into the system, like so. Now that should, if we have the resources in the system, which I'm guessing that we do, so we'll put one of those in there. We will put our 5 printed in there. I know that we already have 2 basic processors. However, I kind of want to just check to see whether this will work, so I am going to just leave it. Now, obviously, you see that I can shift left click and reduce the number. Because I had a stack or a 19 in that stack, when I pressed it in there, it will mimic what I have in my hand. So here, we will go and we will do a processor. So we know what a processor is. We know that that is what we want, and we want to craft one of them. It tells us that it requires all that stuff. We hit start, and then we have a look, and it's been put in the right sequence, and it's now doing it. Now we need to import it back into the system, which we can't do right now because we don't have an importer. However, you can see that these recipes are really cool, and they do actually work. Perfect. Now we have an improved processor. We do need a destruction core, which is quartz. So we're going to put that in there, and we're going to grab one of those. What else did we need for the importer? We needed just those 3 things. So we're going to grab one of these importers. Now, what we need to do is, I would say, export from either the side or the top. I don't know whether that actually matters, or even from the front, to be perfectly fair. I don't know whether it matters. I don't know whether it will just work. So I'm going to shove it on top for the moment. Really? Wow, what have I got in my inventory that's allowing me to fly? I don't even know. Oh, hang on. Air charm. Walk on air while sneaking. Holy crap! Okay, that's just cool. Yeah, I can almost kind of fly. That's really cool. Okay, I didn't know I even had that charm in there. Oh, that's awesome. I've got a very basic limited flight system. And I've got a reusable Enderpearl. Yes. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I can actually travel, and I can also jump and fly. Whoa, well, these little things, yeah, okay. One of my comments in one of the other videos was, "It's a really cool video, but you're all over the place." Yeah, I kind of agree with you, and it doesn't get better. I've tried. It's not working. Right, so here we are. So we've got an importer. Now, we can whitelist the stuff or blacklist the stuff just by selecting down here into the mode, whitelist or blacklist. I'm just going to leave this as blank because I want to import everything that gets put into there. We can also speed these things up with some of the speed upgrades, like a stack upgrade or actually a speed upgrade. We can compare damage, we can compare NBTs, we can compare it to the Ore Dictionary. So we can actually filter and stuff. We can also give it a redstone signal and it will work or not, etc. So there's a lot of things that you can do with those. I'm just going to leave it, as I said, on the basic one and see whether it will work. So what I do know is we will need a couple more of these processors. So I'm going to craft 2. I know that we got the resources. I don't think so. We've got 2 missing. So we need silicon. So if I go ahead and let's see if we can create any more patterns to begin with. Because if we can create some more patterns, oh, missing 28 glass. And you know what I got cooking over in the corner? Glass. Yep. Perfect. Right, okay. It's almost like I'd planned it. Almost. Not quite. I'm not that good. I really did not plan it. I put it in there because it was annoying me in my inventory. So we'll go some patterns because I want some more patterns. We'll go 10 patterns. Let's craft 20. So we're going to craft more quartz. The rest of the stuff is available. So we're going to do that. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I know that silicon goes to that. So what we do need to do is click into here. We'll go into there. We'll click that. There we go. Perfect. So shift and left click does actually work. It does put it in there. Right, cool. We'll take one of those, which is the other part of the pattern. So that is silicon to that. We will put the silicon in there because we don't need it anymore. So now we've taught the system how to do a basic processor. Now to do an improved processor, it's gold. So what we will do is we will go into here and we will just teach the system these basics. So we'll do the gold and we'll do the diamond. We don't need to do them because we can shift and click them, which is cool. We will teach them how to do, no, that's a basic processor. We've done that one. We'll teach it how to do an advanced processor, improved, sorry, and also an advanced. That will give us all of our 3 different types of processors. It also gives us our silicon, and it also gives us our printed circuits. So we've got these. Now, I rearrange these things just because I like to know that they're in the right order. So we've got the iron, the gold, and the diamond. We've got that one, which can be moved around because, well, that should be printed silicon. We have the iron, the gold, and the diamond. Now we've got the 3 different types of processors all in the system, all ready for us to do it. Now there is a couple more that I would like to do, and that is cables. because we're always going to need cables. I mean, who the hell doesn't? So what the hell are we missing? We are missing quartz enriched iron. So we will go and find quartz enriched iron. I'm not sure whether we're going to have enough. We need iron. Ah, crap. So we've already run out. Perfect. So what we'll do is we'll come over to this crafting table and we will do cables because we will need them. No, wrong crafting table. Notice how this is the wrong one. That's not the wrong one. That's not the right one because that's a crafting grid recipe, which should be created in this one. Oh dear, I'm a dumbass. Right, so we've got one of those. We also want these cables. I'm not sure whether we want the second tier cable. Second tier cable is iron. What's the third tier? Whoa, screw that. Blocks of diamond. Are you taking the piss? Okay, we could do that. We could teach the system. However, at the moment, we're still in the basics of power generation, so I'm going to leave that as it is there. Refined. Do we need anything else? Well, the importer would be kind of a nice to have. The destruction and construction cores would be really nice to have. And also an exporter. Now, I know that we haven't covered an exporter yet, but I'm going to get the pattern for one because I know that we will use those quite happily. When we're exporting stuff into the system, or like into different machines and stuff, and then we're obviously smelting them and doing whatever we need to do, and then importing them back into the system. So they do come in quite handy. So I am going to grab those. Now I'm going to find the construction and destruction cores, which are these things. Now again, I'm in the wrong bloody grid because this is a pattern that requires items to be placed into... Oh no, or is it? No, I'm in the right place because this is actually a crafting item. This is, as you can see, it gets a little bit complicated when you're trying to do stuff. Right, so I can't do any more patterns, can I? Can I get one? Yeah, I can get one. Okay, so one's good enough because that will give us the last, which is a destruction core. Now I've got the construction core, so the destruction core is the last one. Now, as you can see, we don't have enough space to do this. So I am going to put the construction and the destruction cores in here because they are part of the processors. We now need another crafter to be able to put those in there. So what I am going to do, just quickly, is grab a chest. I am going to put these things down here because I know that they go into the system. They will go into the system as soon as I can get a little bit more iron, and then we should be good. Now this sack, I don't think I've got anything in there, which is fine, so we can keep hold of that. Right, so we've got our first cables. We've got that. We've got an air charm. That's really cool. I have no idea where I got that, but I like it. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it only works when you're sneaking. Who the hell cares? That's cool. I can get places. See? Yeah, okay. Remember not to fall from height. Right. Have we got any iron anywhere? I am guessing not. No, we haven't. Okay, so I'm going to go and do some mining off camera to go and get some more resources. However, before I do that, and before we come back, actually, I'm going to sleep quickly. I did notice that we've got a new achievement for our little villagers. They've built another house, which is kind of cool. So we're going to go and check out their house. If I remember rightly, it should be over in this direction. Where are we? Okay. Going along here. There we go. There's the house. They really do say some weird shit. Here we go. Here is the new house that they just constructed. There's Bob the Builder. And what is upgrade? We can upgrade the building, or we can store stuff, or people can live in it. That's kind of cool. I like it. Okay, I'm happy with that. Good job. Ooh, a slime. Ooh, 4 more slimes. I do like this sword. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to get them building on the warehouse. I don't know why, but I'm guessing that was probably a bad idea. That's going to take ages, isn't it? And they're also going to want dirt to fill in the... I'm guessing they're going to want dirt to fill in that water source bit. So we're going to get this now, just because I know that they're going to ask for it. However, it is kind of cool. I mean, I do like the fact that, well, they're building stuff. And, you know, the little dude's going around with his axe, chopping up wood and shit. I mean, you can't really argue with that, can you? I mean, look at it. This one is still mining. Oh, he hasn't done much. I guess he's still... Is that a mini creeper? Okay, I'm gonna go and kill that little bugger in a moment. However, first things first, let's take some of this wood out. Whoa, shit! Run! Don't blow up the buildings. Holy crap! There's a little baby creeper and the big creeper. I wonder if they'll fall down the hole. Come fall down the hole! Come on, fall down the hole. Don't go around the hole. Fall down the hole. There we go. Right, now blow up. Yeah, take your kid out with you. Oh, go on then. Holy crap, he blows up just as much as his dad. Wasn't expecting that. Was expecting just a little bit less of an explosion, but never mind. That's fine. If we want to build there, Bob the Builder will sort it. Right, so what have we got? Do you need anything? Don't even know where the hell they are. I'm guessing not, because... okay, you're digging out a trench to put the floor in, so you should be good. Good job. You had one job, and you did it well. Okay, so let's go and check on the resources. Now, there's a little trick that I found. I think I did it the other episode as well, where if you right-click on this thing and then click this little button up here, you can see just what resources they're actually missing. So we got minus 107. We're missing a few. So 24 chests. And we got no resources. So what we will do is we will do some chests. Because obviously we can do a couple of stacks of these. That's 8. 16. Yep, it is. 24 chests. There we go. Cobblestone, 30. Oak doors, oak fences. That's birch, so we can't use birch. But what I am going to do is just shove that in the chest, because we probably will need that later or at some point. What do you need? Oak. Spruce.
Not good enough, eh?
Would be spruce. Yeah, would be spruce. Good job, I got spruce trees now. So, let's go and chop down the spruce trees and replant some more. I wonder if the little dude will chop the trees down if I plant them near him. Nice. Right. Rawr. Okay, we'll replant these. And we'll probably do actually is plant a couple more, because we seem to be going through those quite quickly. Right, you're still working. You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Nice. Now there's 10 of you. Chicken. Oh, the little things in life. I didn't ask him to be my pet. He's just kind of here, so I'm going to pick on him. Right, what we got? We need... What was it? Spruce, which we have in our inventory. So we'll take that, and we'll take that, and that. We need oak. So we'll just take all of that. So, and, well, 2 of those, I suppose. Do we have any bone meal? Yes, we do, but we could always do some more. Just whack all of that out. And cobblestone. Right, cobblestone is not really in, actually. Cobblestone that's in there, I would like to keep some of it in, because there are some crafting recipes that require cobblestone. However, I'm going to take 3 stacks. Yeah, 3 stacks should be fine. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this episode. I am, between the end of this one and the beginning of the next, I'm going to go and do some mining and get a mass more resources so that we can actually fully automate our systems, where we can get our ores in, we can get them crushed, we can get them smelted, and we can get them imported into the system. I think that would be absolutely brilliant if we could get that done. So I will go and get the resources needed for that for the next episode. I am going to go and deal with Bob, give them the resources that they need to create the warehouse, and see what that does. As always, I will catch you next time. Take it easy.